Oh, it's early. Okay, I'm like streaming like 6 minutes early. I'm making a big deal out of it, but man, I did not expect to wake up to this. Fuck, man. Microsoft will buy Activision Blizzard, a bet on the next generation of the internet. I'm gonna leave that up there for a little bit. Hey, it's Soul. This is Coffee with Soul. This is where we talk about gaming stuff, mostly with World of Warcraft. We get personal, we get stupid, a lot. A bet on the next generation of the internet. Damn! That's a twist. After the 6 months of back and forth drama and so on and so forth, I didn't quite see this one coming. I'm still waking up, guys. You guys knew this about an hour ago. I'm like an hour behind you guys, so I'm just like, what? So it's like, spoiler alert, the deal's not done yet. It's still subject to regulators, and the US government has to step in on this. So, for all we know, this deal might get shut down. Although, yeah, we don't know how that's going to go politically. But yeah, this was kind of unexpected because you would figure that Activision Blizzard is under like all this scrutiny and they would seem to be unbuyable. You would think that they'd be like, nah. Apparently not. And these are just a couple more quick reactions. Xbox Game Pass includes your WoW sub or something like that. That'd be kind of neat. If you want your Xbox Game Pass, you get all these games, but for like $5 more, it includes a WoW sub. Something like that would be really cool, but that's so far down the line. We're not going to know about any of that stuff for like quite some time. But yeah, now we know why Bobby has been trying to hide all his nasty, because he's been trying to, make sure this deal goes through. Duh. So now we know like why he's been so resistant over that stuff, because he wants, assuming that he's not going to last long after. Like, let's pretend real quick. I'm going to get to the actual article. I'm just, doing some more quick reactions. Pretend that Activision Blizzard was a great place to work. Imagine if none of that stuff happened. Not that we didn't find out, but that it just never happened, right? This would be like a great story for a CEO like Kotick, who bought this company, built it up to what it was. Now he's older, he sells it off, and he retires like a multi-billionaire. Great, sweet, bye. That would have been a cool story. We're seeing the same thing, only that we're looking at Kotick as like a supervillain. Instead, the mastermind behind so much bad doo-doo. But apparently, if this deal is going through, then, you'll have to correct me. I'll definitely be corrected at some point. Like, if the deal's gone through, then that means if there is some sort of exit package or golden parachute for Kotick, like, that's already been decided. So now they're just waiting for it to go through. They're going to transition to, be under the Xbox banner, and then Kotick leaves. And that might be it. So let's read this, and then I'll read chat, and we'll talk about this thing. And there's some other articles that I have up here with some other little trivia tidbits, yada yada yada. Let's read. Microsoft is the dominant force in business software and a giant player in cloud computing. On Tuesday, the company made clear that its ambitions were even bigger, saying it planned to buy the powerhouse video game player Activision Blizzard for nearly $70 billion in a deal meant to position the company for the next generation of the internet. Okay, that's not, whatever. The acquisition, Microsoft's largest ever, would catapult the company into a leading spot in both the video game industry and could strengthen its hand in the nascent world of virtual and augmented reality. Yeah, and 3D TVs, too. It's gonna explode. Watch. It's also a challenge to regulators in Washington, as Democrats and Republicans alike have pushed to limit the power of technology giants. Microsoft, which makes Xbox consoles and owns studios that produce hits like Minecraft, has expanded its gaming business to surpass $10 billion in annual revenue. In anticipation of a longer review, Microsoft said it did not expect the Activision deal to close until the next fiscal year, which ends in June 2023. Which is like, well into the next WoW expansion. Maybe, if it ever comes out. Activision makes major hits like Call of Duty and Candy Crush, and the takeover would make Microsoft the world's only the third largest gaming company by revenue, behind Tencent and Sony, the company said. The industry has been consolidating rapidly as it increasingly moves deeper into mobile and cloud gaming. The deal could also give Microsoft a significant boost against Facebook, which is considered the leader in the so-called metaverse, the name given to the virtual world. The metaverse is more of a buzzword than a thriving business. Thank you for making that clear. But companies are putting huge sums of money and talent behind the idea. Facebook renamed its parent company to Meta late last year to underscore its commitment. Adding Activision is a bet that consumers want to play major games anywhere, on phones, consoles, computers, and eventually, please be far away, eventually in virtual reality. Our vision of the metaverse is based on intersecting global communities rooted in strong franchises, says Phil Spencer, Vice President of Gaming at Microsoft, and who talks smack at Bobby Kotck and Activision Blizzard just a few months ago. A big part of that is the fact that mobile is the biggest category of gaming, and it's an area where we have not had a major presence before. Microsoft has been hunting for ways to spend its immense cash reserve, more than $130 billion, to expand its consumer business, having looked at acquiring the booming social network TikTok and popular chat app Discord. And Activision, which faces accusations that senior executives ignored sexual harassment and discrimination, Microsoft found a target under stress. The allegations have weighed on Activision, with shares falling 27% since California sued the company in July over the matter. The game maker's shares are up nearly 40% in pre-market trading. Microsoft shares fell by 1% after the announcement. The transaction may be seen as a victory for Bobby Kotck, Activision's longtime chief executive, whom some critics had sought to oust over the controversy. Mr. Kotick negotiated a big premium for investors. Microsoft is paying $95 a share, roughly 45% above his company's stock price before the announcement, and he will continue running the company at least until the deal closes. The companies did not indicate if he will remain, but said the studio would report to Mr. Spencer. He's fucked. He's mega fucked, but he doesn't care. The deal is the largest in the history of the gaming industry, breaking the record set just days earlier when Take-Two Interactive, the creator of games like GTA, purchased the mobile game publisher Zynga for more than $11 billion, which I remember hearing about, and it sounded like, why would you buy Zynga? What is the value? Like, is there user information or whatever worth $11 billion? Knowing that, for all I care, most of the people that play Zynga games are just bots. But whatever. The gaming industry, which has been flush with cash since the pandemic increased the industry profits, has been consolidating rapidly. Last year, EA and Take-Two engaged in a bidding war over Codemasters, a racing game company, eventually selling to EA for $1.2 billion. Microsoft made another splashy purchase in 2020 when it purchased ZeniMax Media and its slate of gaming studios for $7.5 billion. And by Activision, Microsoft gets access to some of the most popular and recognizable titles, and most notably Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Diablo, and Candy Crush. I'm sorry, Hearthstone. I'm sorry, StarCraft. Activision's recent profits have been split fairly evenly across its three subsidiaries, with the Candy Crush maker King pulling in the most money. $303 million in operating income in its most recent quarterly earnings report. Activision made $244 million in operating income, and Blizzard pulled in $188. Whoop-de-doo. But Activision's gaming efforts are also facing headwinds, with its most recent Call of Duty released panned by gamers, and delays among titles like Diablo and Overwatch, which have seen key directors leave in recent months in the wake of the company's series of scandals. This is a long-ass article. I picked a good one to read. Yay. One main driver of deals in the arms race for exclusive content, locking up a well-known franchise like Call of Duty or Skyrim, for instance, could force fans to play those games to switch from Sony's PlayStation console to Microsoft's rival Xbox system if Microsoft chooses to make a game exclusive. The takeover is likely to be among the biggest announced this year, continuing a boom in the merger's business. Last year, $5.8 trillion worth of deals was struck, breaking the previous record by $1 trillion, as companies embraced acquisitions as a way to grow their business. Dealmakers said they expected that fervor to continue as business leaders took advantage of low interest rates to buy assets with cheap financing. Activision itself was a product of serial deal making by Mr. Kotick over decades, rolling up smaller game studios. It took shape in its current form when Activision, then known primarily for producing titles with traditional gaming consoles, agreed to combine with the gaming unit of Francis Vivendi to expand into multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft. Activision later bought King, the European gaming company behind Candy Crush, to expand into mobile games. Taglines, thank you. This is the Times, right? Thank you, New York Times, for letting me read your shit for free sometimes. Cool. So Activision was... So I wonder, was this Activision, and Kotick looking for a paycheck, or was it Microsoft looking to... who came to who first? Because for Activision Blizzard is one of the biggest studios out there. Not a lot of folks have the wallet to buy them out. Like, who would? Who could? Microsoft, Amazon, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't. You'd be trading one CEO for another. You know what I mean? There is, I guess, Disney. But if I recall from Disney does not treat their gaming subsidiaries very well at all. I would be very loath to have them do that. And ever since then, Disney has worked with other companies to produce their franchises. Like, notably, I think they've worked with Square to produce some of their Marvel games, and there's some more that are on the way. Sony is obviously big. And like Microsoft, they delve into tons of other stuff, including entertainment stuff and TVs and speakers and peripherals and all that sort of, appliances and all sorts of other stuff. Tencent was another big expected thing. Not, people hear about Tencent and they'll think China, and they're not too far off the mark. But they have their hand in a whole bunch of cookie jars. They have stakes in a lot of gaming companies, like Riot, including one of them. What else from you guys? Google could have done something like this. Although I'm glad that they didn't too. I'm glad it's Microsoft, because Microsoft has some experience with the industry and how it works. They've had their, they have their foot in planted. They planted their flag quite some time ago. They're a platform owner. They own Xbox, and while personally I'm not a big Xbox fan, I feel like having them purchase Activision Blizzard and basically turning all of those studios into first-party studios can be good. Maybe. Can be good. A couple of other foot and mouth reactions to it. Boy, I hope that when this all goes through, that when it's all said and done, Battle.net stays, because I do not like the Microsoft, they have a thing too. They have a launcher That shit sucks. I remember trying out like different variations of it, and you got to sign in with your Microsoft account and blah blah blah. Fuck that, dude. Don't do that. Just use the BattleNet one. Let people log in with either their normal email or their Microsoft account or whatever. Allow alternate logins, and that's fine. That's cool. I don't want this guy to change much, right? If this bar gets hella longer, I'm cool with that. I could live with that. Okay. So let me read some of the chat. You guys have been reacting to stuff. Is it really happening? Apparently, yeah. So many possibilities with this I'm gonna try to skim. So many possibilities with this acquisition. I didn't think any news would outweigh all the leaks, but I was wrong. On the other hand, Microsoft has a track record of buying and then never doing something with it. Well, here's what's cool, Syncope, that they're buying and already they're not buying studios. They're buying a publisher, right? So to me, this is better because at least in the short term, like as of right now or something like that, Microsoft could just be like, okay, you got access to our cash and our HR and some of that other infrastructure and stuff like that. Just keep doing what you're doing. And then once we get settled in, then we'll tell you what to do, bitch. So the fact that they're buying a full-on publisher, this makes it quite different from just buying individual studios like Bethesda, which does, to certain extent, I don't know if Bethesda did they always self-publish or did they always have help? I'm not sure. Someone will have to help me out with that. If Microsoft doesn't fire Kotick right away, they're just as bad as he is, and Kotick deserves nothing but jail time. I mean, jail time, that's up to the law, so that's not a worthwhile conversation to have. If there's an investigation, find the DA that'll prosecute, and let's go from there. But I think that's a side thing. As for this deal, there was something that I saw. There's a statement. Where's the Wowhead one? Okay, here we go. So here's a statement from Phil Spencer, who will soon be the big boss of Activision Blizzard. Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast wellsprings of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world. We are incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people who don't harass people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beanox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob Kotck, and every team across Activision Blizzard. Until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently. Once the deal is complete, the Activision Blizzard business will report to me as CEO, Microsoft Gaming. So the pretty clear thing is it wasn't just, the Blizzard business. It wasn't just, the High Moon Studio business, the Major League Gaming business, the Toys for Bob business. It's all these fuckers. Plus, and when we say Activision Blizzard, we're talking about the holding company. These are studios. These are all studios or separate business units. This is the holding company. Activision Blizzard, the holding company, will report to CEO. So the entire ABK leadership is going to kiss the ring of this dude right here. So I don't see a future for a lot of those suits. I don't see a future for them. Straight up. They should start. Well, okay, maybe they should. It's probably, high leadership. They're probably the only ones that knew about this deal. Like, that was it, and I guess the board board of directors. I don't know how all that shit works. So, such news, dude. There might not be no Diablo 4 for PS5. I don't see it not happening because companies like money, and ultimately going multi-platform makes more money. I guess the thing is here, like, it's the difference between, let's pretend that Blizzard was independent from these platform holders. Okay, that's kind of the big thing. When you're the platform holder, you can kind of decide what you feel like doing. And if you want to make things exclusive to your platform because you feel like you can get more users out of it, cool, that's fine. I think in the past almost 10 years or so, though, aside from very, very locked in games, most games are going multi-platform. It's going to be like, I think in the case of Halo, it wasn't. When did Halo start appearing on PC? Because for a while it was just Xbox, right? But now we're seeing things at least move to PC. It might not be multi-console platform, or there might be some sort of exclusive deal, but ultimately, I think companies are seeing that going multi-platform just makes more money, so they might as well go that route. Even if some of these companies are going to become first-party studios, but that's my take. What the shit? What did I wake up to? I don't even have chat open. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let me. Where is it? Is it this stuff? Boop. Yay! There we go. Okay. Metaverse is going to be lit. I'm not sold by the metaverse. I don't see metaverse. Yeah, I don't quite see that happening, mostly because we still have multiple companies. We have competing companies. And we don't have a single platform where all of these things can come together. I mean, a lot of it, I guess, has to do with there's console and there's PC. There's console, there's PC, and there's mobile gaming. And there's very little. It's hard enough to multi-platform one game, the game that you're making, to multi-platform that on multiple. It's hard enough to multi-platform that stuff, but to have everybody do the same thing, that's a tough one. So that's why I was gonna port to consoles. I don't see that. I'm never gonna see WoW going to consoles. To me, that's a waste of money. It's easier to just be like real quick. How much is Game Pass? I don't subscribe to it. I know it's cool and all that, but how much is like the Xbox, the Game Pass for PC stuff, where you can play like a whole bunch of PC games? Because whatever that cost is, let's pretend add $5 to it. Boom, WoW sub on top of it. That's kind of cool. Lots of possibilities from this, good and bad or whatever. There's a big chance that U.S. government is going to block it. Yeah, they could. They definitely could. But have we seen big? Like, this is the biggest deal that we've seen in quite some time. But I wonder if this administration or Congress or whatever is going to try and block that, because I don't know, like gaming is different. This is different from web browsing and stuff like that. So I wonder what'll be the parameters that make people resist, that would make the government resist this sort of deal. Because what would be antitrust about this? Who's being blocked? What's being prevented? Who's getting fucked over? And all that. All the scrutiny might have saved Microsoft like 10 billion. Yeah, exactly. Like I was talking about this earlier, where where I was saying, hey, you know what? These companies that are putting Activision Blizzard on blast for what's going on, it might not result in platform holders like Sony and Microsoft to block Activision Blizzard games from being released on their platform, but at the negotiating table, that there's harm being done. You bet that this deal would have been bigger if it wasn't for Bobby Kotck and all the shit that was going down at Blizzard and across like these other companies. It would have been higher. Maybe not that much higher, but that's crazy to think. This is already $70 billion fucking dollars. This blows like the previous record of what, 10, 11 billion dollars. Blows that shit out of the water. But it could have been more if ABK was a cleaner company. You know what this actually means though? Heroes of the Storm getting back up. Oh, that'd be nuts. Heroes of the Storm plus all the other shit, right? I mean, they could have done that earlier. You know, Heroes of the Storm could have added like Call of Duty shit and all that stuff. Tell me what Bethesda exactly makes, because I was about to say, oh yeah, Bethesda makes something, and I'm going to be hella wrong. I know that what they make is really obvious, but I'm scared to be wrong, and I don't want to look it up right now. So you have to watch a share price that exploded the last 2 hours. Should have bought some shares when it was low. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, because we totally knew that ATVI was going to be bought out. Absolutely. Saw a meme, Clippy as the next HOTS hero Keck. When was Clippy a thing? How long has it been? Is Clippy still a thing? I'm pretty sure it's not. I thought it stopped being a thing like years ago. So whenever I see that, I'm like, man, you're old. You are so old. Oh, man. All that nasty crap that devalued their shares is probably what prompted the takeover. I don't know. Maybe, Betty. Or maybe it was just like an awful coincidence. Or maybe, people way deep on the inside found out that this deal was trying to go down, right? And then maybe someone went to Kotick and they're like, hey, you need to give me money or I'm going to blow up all this shit. No, not true. Never mind, not true, because those investigations started years ago. So, yeah, maybe this is like a reactionary thing from Microsoft. It's like, hey, Activision, heard you're in trouble. Maybe you should retire, Kotick. And Kotick's like, yeah, okay, fine. Fine. I'm super worried about, according to the article, saying that they will move a lot of games onto the Game Pass upon the closing of the article. Will they kill the Battle.net launcher? Like I said, I hope not. I hope they don't kill the launcher because it's like way better. I mean, or does their Game Pass, does that use its own thing too? Does that use a launcher? Because if it does, then okay, maybe Battle.net is fucked, which would suck. Which would suck a lot. People on Mikey Barr's Twitter have been telling him Microsoft spent $70 billion to get him back. Oh, that's hilarious. Unrelated to the big Microsoft news, Solo, do you know if the flying achievement for Zereth Mortis is shared? Can we rerun 4 characters to progress each column of the cipher? No, you cannot. I'm sorry. It simply doesn't work that way. So the quick thing on the cipher of the first ones is that you have to progress each of the 4 columns from left to right in order. You start at the top, and then you unlock a thing, and then the lower nodes below on that column, you can start pumping through those. Once you have that first thing accessed, you can start accessing the second one, but you can't do it one at a time. So if you wanted to try to do that, you would save you might save a couple of days, but it's so not worth it. It's not worth the farming time and all that stuff that you would put into it. I don't know if it's shared across, you do one thing on one character and nothing on another character. I don't know if that's shared, but I don't think it's worth it. You're not getting a lot out of it. Hey, I can fly a couple days before everyone else, but what do you get out of it? You don't get so far, at least, you don't get access to anything new. Yeah, there's very little prestige out of getting it. So I applied to Blizzard a few weeks ago and I was asked if I had any prior relationship to Microsoft. Was it specifically Microsoft Tato, or was it like, do you have relationships with other gaming companies? That's kind of cool. Mobile games still make so much money. Oh yeah, absolutely. This can only be good, says Byron. With Game Pass, you already get to install the games on Xbox, PC, and play some of them on the cloud. Too bad I really only care about WoW with Blizzard. Blizzard should keep the hype train rolling and announce either 9.2 dates or 10.0 today. No, I don't think so, Zeravino. Like they're like 90 something percent of ATVI or ABK or whatever. They're learning all this stuff now too. You know, these are very like closed deals. Very few people know about these sorts of things. But no, I don't believe that they should scramble and put out like massive, big statements like these now. Yeah. If anything, this is bigger. This is game changing. This is industry changing. This will reshape the way things are gonna, it'll reshape the way things are gonna operate. Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. Is there still gonna be a BlizzCon and all that stuff? There's so much that's gonna be put into question over the next 16 months. It's gonna be get that popcorn, homies. I'm confused over this whole thing, switching between more money towards amazing devs and the nightmare goggles. The nightmare goggles change nothing. I'm not quite sure what that means. Disney does the opposite. They sell their gaming. Yeah, no kidding. Ormond Blood Elf says, at least Meta hasn't decided to go that route of buying stuff, I guess. Microsoft saved Bethesda. They can save Blizzard too. I don't know. If it's exactly like saving. Certainly, it's we might see these companies, these studios just get like a big ass influx of cash and support. That'd be great. What would be even greater is if their HR team is like, okay, we're gonna get real with this shit. We will oversee these things that are happening, because as far as I know, correct me here if I'm wrong, has Microsoft had a big problem like this? I'm hoping not. They haven't had Activision sorts of problems, right? ZeniMax is Bethesda's publisher rights. That's right, it was a ZeniMax deal, not a Bethesda deal. Activision Blizzard will still be under Bobby. Bobby will report to Phil, which is to say, Activision Blizzard will be under Phil, right? We had all those WoW expansion leaks, but I mean, it's like saying, what's his name? It's like saying, Mike Morhaime is still going to run Blizzard. It's just that now he reports to Bobby Kotck. Nothing's going to happen. No big deal. Nope. Bobby doesn't seem like the type of person who would want to be under someone else, so he might be leaving. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say that because we've never seen him under anyone else. I do think that this is him leaving his legacy and retiring with a fat ass paycheck. Easy. We had all those WoW expansion leaks, but no one leaked this. No one leaked the buyout. It's almost like the leaks are fake, right, buddy? I doubt Microsoft will rely on Xbox. I think it's aiming at cloud gaming across platforms. Cutscene of Master Chief dropkicking the jailer when Jail's gonna fucking put on the helmet. Surprise. A lot of people saying WoW going to Game Pass, which is a bit doubtful, but I think the best comparison to look at what has happened with ESO. Fill us in. What did happen with ESO? No, I think we're throwing ideas out. We're just randomly speculating and reacting to stuff. Doubt all we want, but I don't think it's any problem to be like, hey, what if they do this? Hey, that'd be kind of cool. So for PC, it's $20. For PC, it's $20 a month. Two of you guys are saying $15 a month. 16 for someone else, and it covers both platforms. Someone says $5 or $15. What is the thing? I don't think they'll block the deal. They're the third largest, so it wouldn't be a monopoly. Yeah. Servino makes a good point. You have these huge conglomerates that have massive wads of cash that can throw stuff around. I do appreciate that it's sticking with a U.S. company. USA. Yeah, that means so much these days. Made in America, yeah. Worst case, specific businesses will get trimmed out. Activision probably wouldn't be selling if they hadn't had. Yeah, I mean, I guess from Microsoft's perspective, they're like, okay, they're flawed, but good enough. Whoop, it's good enough to take, because maybe they'll just dismantle a lot of that's going on, which really sucks. Who's going to be probably adversely affected? Employees, line level staff. They're going to wonder what's going to happen to our building, what's going to happen to this and this and this. It's going to be hard to say. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a long year and some. Fallout and Elder Scrolls, thank God. Make a good. Oh man, take like if player housing was like Fallout 76's or Fallout 4's like building stuff, but less buggy. Oh, mwah. I'll take it. A lot of Final Fantasy games are on Game Pass. It looks like they made Deathloop, which was like their biggest game of last year, apparently. I haven't played it, but I heard it was a lot of fun. I bought more shares last week when they hit $60, looking like a genius. Bethesda's making a game called Starfield. They got Doom and many other shooters. So something that I was like looking at was what has first party Xbox made lately. And so I was looking through, okay, these are all announced stuff. Outer Worlds, State of Decay. Thank God, I love State of Decay. Such a fun series. It's too bad that they make it and then they totally forget about it after like only a few patches and it stays buggy. Makes me sad, but I love it. It's such a fun game. Never heard of this one. Pragmara, I haven't heard of that. Perfect Dark, cool. Forza. Okay, so they make Forza, they make Fable. What else is familiar to me? They make Halo, right? Duh. Let's see, what are the big games? Forza, that's big. AOE, that's big. Psychonauts, that not on my radar, but it's big. Flight Simulator, and then like that was kind of it. State of Decay 2. That was a while ago now. Oh, they make Sea of Thieves. Oh, right. Neat. Gears of War, that was a little while ago. Battletoads. Minecraft. Oh yeah. Damn, Microsoft is big now. Holy shit. Minecraft, WoW, kinds of. Oh my God, the possibilities. So you want to play your housing, huh? Just fucking play Minecraft, bitch. But now, we're going to see a lot more shit, which I think is kind of cool. Bobby Kotck will remain at Activision Blizzard after Xbox acquisition. Wait, hold on. That sounded different. Okay. Okay, Bobby will lead as CEO he has for the last 30 years, replied a Microsoft spokesperson. Together, Bobby and Phil will work together to ensure the transition to this exciting new combined experience. The Activision Blizzard business will report to Phil after the close. Get this fucking headline out of here, dude. Go away, dude. Quit your clickbait, man. Oh, they got me because I clicked on it. Fuck off, IGN. Sheesh. I'll just leave it at that. Let's read more chat. All right. And where's my chat? I don't even see where the chat thing is. Boom. There we go. All right, cool. Now we look somewhat proper. Anyway, the Microsoft Store and the Xbox app sucks. I totally agree. Mainly, I just always run into issues downloading anything, and it always downloads super slow compared to other things. Congrats on your videos being used by Bellular and Asmongold lately. Well, that was just the flying one, right? I think it was just the flying video that was used. I'm like, oh, that's great. The new expansion is going to be called the Dragon Windows. I saw someone joke on Twitter that some of that data mine stuff, like the green aura and all that stuff, they said, oh, that's probably going to be a Microsoft logo or an Xbox logo that appears in game. Oh, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Get trolled, data miners. Let's see. This is how the flight paths are going to be from now on. I'm sure people working at Blizzard are feeling better now. Are they? I don't know, Lord Budding. Like, when it comes to big acquisitions like that, I think people get rightfully scared. Depending on their position, people get rightfully scared. Like, if you're in Activision Blizzard HR, are you going to be replaced by Microsoft HR? I think that's a valid concern. Remember, companies are more than just the developers who make the games and all that stuff. But having a big backing like Microsoft can potentially be. Yeah, I'm going to see the bright side of things. It's better than doom and gloom and all that shit. So, yeah. Microsoft press release. I can't believe they did a webcast at 6 a.m. this morning. I know. God, so inconsiderate. Oh, $10 for console or PC, $15 for both. Interesting. That'd be cool if they did like a la carte things and they included like subscriptions to games and stuff. Honestly, I assume Microsoft was going to buy EA as they tied EA play to their Game Pass. State of Decay 2 gets updated almost every second month. I haven't seen a significant update for State of Decay 2, but I guess I haven't played it in a while. I still think they will buy EA. The two games, the 2K games bring a fortune. Primo wants me to do squats. Been looking hard, got to come back and start. Yeah, dude. Now Microsoft owns all the crafts. Oh, thank you for resubbing Meowcroft. Okay, you're someone who changed your name. You've got to be. HR robots. If I was middle manager that grew up my coworkers, I'd be yeah. That'd be cool if they did like a second pass at. Hey, let's find bad actors and stuff the Microsoft way, and they run a thing, their HR thing is called Windows Defender, and then they like sweep the company from top to bottom, and then all of a sudden people just get like sucked up in a vacuum. Oh no, and then yeah, so get fucked, harassers. You're gonna get flushed like a virus. Common malware. Game companies have more positions than developers. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, they gotta have the dude doing the doom 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 while everyone's programming and shit. Well, yeah, it's real. If the stuff with Game Pass comes true, you make $10 Game Pass and have so many games. But that's the EA games, Microsoft, Blizzard, Activision. League season has just been topped. They already interviewed Phil and Bobby live. You can go watch it. I'll wait for the bullet points. MMOs normally do not show up on the Game Pass. ESO is not there. ESO is free though. So free as an option, right? Wait, is there a monthly thing that you can pay for? Is there like a monthly option that gets you like the goods? Because that wouldn't feel right. A very optional sub for ESO on Game Pass doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like it would fit very well. If ESO was a forced sub game still, then I could see it. So Microsoft will own two big MMOs, ESO and WoW. ESO is a big MMO, huh? No, I'm just messing. I'm just messing. I'm not gonna start throwing shit. Yeah, we've been talking about this for about an hour. So, quick thoughts on the upcoming acquisition. Overall excited. Overall excited about what's happening. Concerned for people who should be concerned, as in the people who typically may end up being laid off when big acquisitions like these are made, and you find lots of redundancies in positions. So that's a concern. And it'll be really sad to see people being forced to change positions or like leave or they get laid off. I hope that they are being given some care. Microsoft's got a couple dollars in their pocket, so I hope that helps. But I think that part of the deal is like Kotick's like, no, don't give them any money, give it to me, yeah. And so that might be pretty jacked up. But overall, like I said, overall excited. I'm just reacting like about an hour. I caught up with you guys sort of. I'm an hour into my reactions of this deal. I'm hoping too that that for the workers things improve. What sucks though is that the acquisition hasn't it hasn't happened yet. Apart from making sure it gets past federal regulators and stuff like that, the merge still actually needs to happen. But until then, it's like, is the ABK leadership, are they just going to kind of spin their wheels and just kind of sit on all these different things that are happening? Because we can easily write a narrative of, these executives, these rich fucks are just, they don't care about the company itself. They're just fattening it up to make it sellable. So that way they get like a fat check out of it. And then they leave and they don't care what happens to the company afterwards. So now we can kind of write that narrative that, oh, well, yeah, leadership is definitely not going to give a shit about anything that happens now. Because, just let it all burn. We're going to get our money. And I hope that doesn't happen, right? Hopefully they find Bobby Redden. Oh, they would. You don't need two people. You want as few people running it as you can, right? Because that saves you money. I'm looking forward to Microsoft doing mass firings and WoW going free to play. Yes, I'm very bitter and unhealthy, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck WoW. Angry teeth noises. Okay. I don't see how WoW going free to play would help any. They did the opposite. They totally devalued their stock. Yeah. Bummer for them. Let's see. The acquisition also bolsters Microsoft's Game Pass portfolio with plans to launch Activision Blizzard games into Game Pass, which has reached a new milestone of over 25 million subscribers. No, I think that's good. That's a really good thing. Maybe it won't be WoW that's included in Game Pass, but getting access to some of the other games, that allows people to get introduced into the Activision and Blizzard and etc., to get access to that umbrella. So that way people can be like, hey, let's give this a shot. Hey, this kind of sucks. Or, hey, this is great. Giving more gamers access to more stuff sounds good, right? Do you think people like Ian Denuza are sweating their jobs? Nope, I don't. I think that it's more of a leadership thing. Their positions aren't redundant. If they merge today, it's not like, hey, Ian, we're going to replace you with a better WoW director. What the fuck is a better WoW director? I don't think that they need to be scared. If anything, I see Ian on his way out. Only because it feels like, shifting from one director to another, it just happens after a while. What's his name? Shit. He's white. He's kind of bald. Fuck, the previous game director, Tom Chilton. Nailed it. He oversaw 4 WoW expansions. With the expansion that'll come after this, Ian will have overseen 3. Maybe that's long enough, maybe not. But it wouldn't surprise me if we see Ian leave before the end of the year. That's my prediction. I hope the newser is need a better narrative. I just hope the story goes in. I just hope that we start working with new story stuff. Give me something fresh. To be honest, they could clean house full of scum and make it a better place to work for more devs and help with the load of work for World of Warcraft and make it steady again. I'm hopeful too. I can see WoW being in Game Pass. How am I doing today? Good. I'm awake now, mostly. This news has been like, damn. And we've all just been kind of chatting about it like it's the fucking View. just kind of chilling and reacted to some of the stuff, thinking of cool ideas, fantasies on how Kotick will be ousted. It's like Phil Spencer would be like, "Hey, Kotick, go ahead and tell them like how much you value and support our partnership. Do it, bitch." And Kotick's like, "Yes, sir." So he says it. Spencer's like, "Ha ha ha! Kiss the ring," and Kotick kisses the ring.